So nice to see everybody this morning. I think we just jump on in. We, just finished our airport. We might add some things to that later on, but I think for now that's coming along really nicely. So I think we should kind of move to this next area here, especially since we just put in a nice metro line here. So potentially we could drop in another metro station out this way if we wanted to. So something to think about for sure. Yeah. Yep. Okay. All right. Well, let's just jump in here and see. Yeah, it's really nice when all of these actually level up because you get these nice blocks, which I really like. Although I will say, you've got all the garbage in the back, which, but there is a potential for, I think there are like little garage doors around one of these, so you could see a car driving through. But anywho, we're gonna let that be what it's gonna be. Not everything is perfect. We need blimps. Oh, I don't know, blimps. We shall see. Matilda? Well, welcome. Welcome on in. Yeah, the garbage in the back is very authentic. You would just want the garbage trucks to have a way to get back there. But we're not going to fuss about that. Okay, so we definitely have a big demand for residential and for some commercial as well, which is fine. So I think what we'll do, we've got a little commercial corridor here, which is good. But I do think it would be nice to do 2 large residential neighborhoods here. So maybe let's just start with that. Because we've got this road here, which we could have come in. And we could kind of do a bit of a development here. I think that's kind of the way to go. See, this building is not happy. Let's just do a quick scan to make sure. Yeah. I just want to make sure that we were doing okay with death care. Okay, so yeah, let's do that. Let's start with a little development here. So I'm just going to grab our little 1U road here. Let's just get going. Just going to try to maximize the space that we have here. Good. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is we're going to use some nice fencing. Yeah, let's do our suburban fence here. And let's just go into grid so we can get a nice line going here. Yeah, this is going to work really nicely. We will use Move It to fix that. Lovely. I am actually going to drag this much closer to the road here on this side. There we go. Okay. Much nicer. And then we get some nice, because I think we do some, an apartment complex in here essentially. I think would look really nice. Yeah. So let's do that. I think oh, okay, cool. I'm all about that. All right, let's go into here. Let's see if we do some 3x3s. I do love these. These are really nice. And they've got that nice, they're ones that I really like. These are also nice. And then we do have these ones as well, which are those ones are a little bit low key. Okay, let's just put down I like these. I've used these before. I'm going to pause the game for a second. Let's fix our lighting here so we can see what we're getting into. These are nice because they have the garage situation. These also feel nice too. And then we do have these, which you guys know I love as well. Kind of like the feel of this one and this one together, honestly. So maybe we do these two, like a mixture of the vanilla and the new. I do like that. Yeah, we can fix the colors there. Okay, I do like that. We can add more in here with Move It as well. Just gonna make some room for this, but I think this will work. Let me catch up with you guys in the chat here. Yeah, nice little gated community. Hello, David. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yeah, vanilla building's really fun. I really enjoy vanilla building as well. And like with the amount of mods I use, even though I consider like this build to be like the most mods I've ever used, for most players it's considered mod light, which is fair. Which is fair. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll just use move it here. Okay. Yes, this is going to be a great little apartment complex, and it is going to help with our residential demand here big time. Okay, I like that. We definitely will need to mark all of these historical. Okay, I think that works. All right, and then so far as I should move that there so we can see the buildings. Is it, no, there are some other color options. So this is a green. So we've got yellow. I wonder, is there, what other colors there are if it's just the three colors? Oh, there's a blue. Okay, that's nice. Okay, it's probably just the four colors, the blue. So that's nice. Okay, so we've got a nice mix of colors there. And then these ones here. Now you could do all the same color, of course. That would really make things feel uniform, but I kind of like the idea of mixing up the colors a bit. There's really not a blue. Okay. Thought there might be, but that's okay. We'll do that. That works. So these apartment buildings are vanilla. These ones here are part of the downtown one we got, that not that recent, emerging downtown. The taller ones, these are vanilla. There's so many great vanilla apartment buildings, you know, like all of these are so great, that just don't get used enough. They're really nice. They've got like the garage entrance and little balconies on the side. Really nicely done. Okay, let's mark all of these historical. And we can hit play. This is going to help with our population. So the nice thing now with City Skylines One is, although we've had a couple updates here and there, but it's been really good. Like in the past, when there wasn't City Skylines 2, when a new DLC would come out, some of the mods would break, and then it's not like you'd have to, sometimes the mods would get updated, so if you just waited long enough, everything would fix on its own most of the time. The nice thing is now that the focus is on City Skylines 2 and City Skylines 1, the updates that we've gotten have been like content creator packs, and like, so it hasn't been an issue. So that's the one thing I've really enjoyed, is because that was always a big stressor. Like you can see now what's going on with the bridges and piers. A lot of people's cities, they're trying to save them and it's not going so well. You know, so that happens. But since this game is quote unquote complete, and I don't foresee us having more DLCs. I could be wrong, like who knows, but no, so it's not like a huge pain or issue, especially not anymore at all. So hope that answers your question. Yeah, so if you have a bunch of mods installed and then you add a DLC off the workshop now, it's not going to be an issue. As long as you have the updated version of the mod, which you do, because a lot of times they take the old ones down. So anywho, okay, so I think what we should do here is what I'd like to do is do something in the middle for these lovely apartments. I think that would be really nice. I actually think what I would like to do is bring in a nice little pedestrian road here. Nice little curve. Oh, that's very cute. Okay, let's grab a little tree here. I think if we, oh, there we go. That makes a bit more sense than having it too heavy on one side or the other. Okay, that's really nice. And then what we can do is grab our little tiny parks. Okay, I actually like the idea of a community garden that everyone can participate in. Let's make this a basketball court. I really like that idea. And we will get a little pedestrian area over here. Let me pause this for a second. Nice little community garden. Right across the way, we have little basketball court. I like that. That's very nice. And then again, it's just good to have a bit of open green space, but I also like the idea of let's see. We do have a dog park. Oh, it's all the way over here though. So it would be good to put in a dog park here now. Larry has a nice little one we can use, which I think is nice, but I like the idea of having You know what we can do? If you lived in these apartment complexes, we can do some nice little green area out back, and then that can essentially be for the dogs, which is good. Hello, Random. Thank you, Nomis. Yes. What do I have? Do I have the 81? I think I have the 81 tile thing, but I've done the 25 before. That's nice. Just kind of depends on the project, what you want to do. Okay, where is our closest pedestrian area here? We made this a park area. Okay. This is all pedestrian here, so we're just gonna pull this over like so. Okay, and I think, you know, what would be really nice to have here is little coffee shop. Would be very nice to have. Okay, and then I do think we fit in, which I think we can fit it in with a little bit of move it, is the little playground, which is what popped up. How cool is that? Perfect. Okay, so we've got a nice little community garden that everyone can participate in. We've got the basketball court, a little coffee shop. I think that's really nice. It makes me very happy. Okay, let's just, it doesn't need fencing, but I think a little fencing will make it look really nice. So let's just go ahead and bring in a tiny bit of fencing. Here and there. Oh, if you lived here, you wouldn't have to walk all the way around to get to the playground, and same with here, you could just walk through here. So I think that works out really nice. Okay, and then I think we just need a tree or two. Not much, just a little something. Yeah, I think that's it. Keep it nice and simple. Maybe one little tree over here though. Yeah, there we go. Okay, perfect. Ah, thank you. Would you like to see our big community garden? Should we let's go. This is a community garden. I loved when we built this. This was so much fun, especially with the little farmhouse buildings and whatnot. Yeah, this turned out really nice. So these assets here are by Larry Skylines. If you go on the workshop and you look for Larry Skylines, you can find them, or they are in my mod and asset list, which is always in the description of Cider River. But yeah, this was a lot of fun to build. Really liked that. This is still one of my favorite parks we've done in this build, just because of how massive it was. Really a fun one. Very fun. Okay, let's get back to it. All right. Okay, so now we've got that set up. I think what we should do now is, I like the idea of if we can scooch these in a little bit, which we can, and if we put a little dirt path all the way around, you know, I like a little path, like if you are a runner, that way you could do that, or if you wanted to like walk your dog, that way it's safe, it's enclosed, it's right out your door, and I think it's such a value add to have in a place like this. So we're gonna take these and we're just gonna center and shift these down. Same with this. Let's center these up. Yeah, and I think we just have the path come along here and maybe come down to here. Let's see what we can fit. Oh yeah, we can make that work. And then we won't worry about the path on this back side here, which is fine. Okay, let's grab just a plain little dirt path. That's all we need. We don't need anything crazy. We're gonna need to move it along this area here, but that's okay. So we're just gonna bring this right along here. And gotta love move it. We'll bring this. Oh, I don't want that attaching to the street though. We can do something in here, which will be nice. Okay. Definitely going to need to use move it here. That is a pretty tight fit. We can move this fence a bit though. Okay, so then we're just gonna have to be moving this up. And I don't know if it's possible to get this. There we go. Okay, cool. So now there's a nice little loop around. You could go for a quick jog or walk your dog. Of course, we need some landscaping, but that's really nice. I think that works very well. And then what we should do is also allow it to attach here and here as well. Yeah, I think that's really nice. Yeah, I always like leaving some blank space. Especially like in park building. I just feel like, yes, sometimes you want to fill it up. You want it to be dense, but other times it is nice just to have some open space. So what I'm going to do along the outside is just a couple big trees. It's really all we need. It's just a couple big oak trees. This will help with the traffic noise as well. Although these are apartment buildings and people do live near noise. That is a thing. Okay, I think we just leave it at that. That's really nice. It doesn't need a whole lot. It's got a lot of good green space. I mean, if you were renting an apartment building and you had these lovely amenities, especially like with the coffee shop and little walking track, and you're so close to this corridor, which has, oh, what am I doing here? Not enough educated workers. You know, you're right next to the campus. That seems like a you problem. You're right next to this corridor that has all these restaurants. We put all these restaurants in here. And you're really close to public transportation. So good. Let's look at where our... Yeah, there's a stop right here. And then you've got... Did we not put... So we've got a stop here, which is good. And a stop here. We didn't put a stop here near our restaurants and stuff, which feels like a bit of a miss. So I think we should add that in. Okay. We're off to a good start. Yeah, we are a small group. We are a very friendly group. And I love making things look pretty and detailing. And I take all, like, suggestions. I love suggestions. I'm all about suggestions. And I'm happy to always, you know, build things, even if like a suggestion is made and it's not good for what we're doing. We try to keep track of everything for other times. Okay, so we've got this little area here now across. I'm almost thinking, yeah, I want to really prioritize the pedestrians from here, because you can walk out here. But if we can get them right down to the transportation, that's gonna be very nice. So let's go ahead. Just give this a little hug here next to this building. Lovely. Okay, and then they can walk right down to the tram. So that's great. Okay, perfect. All right, so then in here, this is a bit of a commercial area. Do we have... Oh, we should put a little grocery store over here, actually, if we think about where... Because we have a grocery store here. And we do have one in here. So I guess that is pretty close. But it would be nice to have some sort of little mart or something over here. And the other nice thing, we have a laundromat here, which is great for these apartment buildings, although they probably have washer and dryer. That's nice to have. Okay, let's just adjust our lighting here so we can see what we're doing. So let's go into, yeah, we do have, I'm thinking of, yeah, this one. Let's go ahead and put this here across from the laundromat there, this little public market situation. And we'll give this some parking. Lovely. Fantastic. I like the idea of a little cut through right here. So let's go ahead and just put that in. That's nice. All right, and normally I don't keep things pretty green, but I think right here the pavement makes sense. So let's do that. Lovely. Okay, so that's good. We have a little grocery store, which is fantastic. We've got the gym over here. You know, there's a lot of amenities in this area, so it's a really great place for more housing back here. Always parks, always more parks. Thank you, No Mercy. Yeah, we have an, our Discord actually has other builders on it than me that were much more active than they are now. You know, we all have lives and things going on, but I'm fairly active in meaning I, you know, make content. I'm not on Discord as much. If you ping me, I will reply. Sometimes it takes me a day, it just depends. My work is a little crazy, so I do try to be on there, but I'm definitely not as active on Discord as I used to be back in the day, and I think that goes for most of us. But yeah, we've got a nice little community over there. If you ask for help or message, someone's always around. It's a nice little spot. It's also very low-key. Okay, what should we put in here? We kind of like did a bunch of amenities over here. Oh, I guess we should look at service buildings, although we're probably good, but let's just look. So we've got the hospital right there, so that's not a problem. Oh, we could use some fire coverage over here. Okay. Well, we could do that. We could definitely put in a little fire station. Oh, but I wonder if we should do the, yeah, this one would look really nice. And then we do have the big police station right there, so that's fine. Okay. We can make this look nice too. Little fire station there. That's nice. Post office. Where is our closest post office? Oh, maybe we didn't. Oh, we didn't put a post office in over here, did we? That is a good call. We do need a post office over here. Okay, so good call, good call. Post office and fire. I think that is very helpful. Maybe we'll actually move this way and put this kind of in the corner a bit here. I think that's nice. Yeah, that works out. Very nice, very nice. And then I think what we could do, actually, if we scooch this over a little bit, what we can do is put in my favorite little corner shop. You always need a little corner shop to get this or that or the other. I think that's really nice to have. Okay. I think then, man, what a great little apartment complex to live in. We've got all the things close by. We've got a selection of restaurants, the gym. We've got the beauty salon, the laundromat, a little bit of a market here. You've got transportation. This is a little mini commercial street with lots of shopping and things like that. And you're right on the transportation line. So, yeah. Great little community we just plopped down there. So that's lovely. I do think it would look nice here to bring in a little bit of a landscaping here though. What we can do is pull through the yeah, this tree that I used in there, and then we've got this color over there too, of course, with our fall vibes. This is very nice to bring in here a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. All right. So now we've got the lovely tram stop over here, which is great. So we could do a larger apartment complex over here, which I think is good, because the one thing we really said with this area is we were gonna like really lean into like that medium density, because it is near the college, the university, so just kind of leaning into that higher density, but not like super tall, keeping in with the theme. I think that will work. Okay, so I'm gonna go heat up my coffee. I'm gonna leave you guys here for a moment, and I will be right back, and then we'll work on continuing to build out this area. And if you guys have any ideas, something else that you think we should have, let me know. If not, we'll just keep chugging along. Or if you have an apartment style that you'd like to see, just let me know. We'll figure it out. Okay, I'll be back in just a moment. I agree, no mercy. I do miss Thunder and Steven quite a lot. Quite a lot. We haven't had a check-in in a little while. Yeah. I miss the, oh, these ones right here. This is Emerging Downtown. I miss the glory days of the Skyline 6. I do. But you know, life happens and things change, and such is the way of things. Okay. I think what might be fun to do here actually is if we did the lake in the middle and have the apartments around it. I've seen that at complexes where they'll have like a water feature. I think that could be really fun to do. So if we just put this right in the middle, like so, and we grab our little 1U road. Like so. And then if we grabbed our fence again. Now, I do want to make sure I have a little break in the fence here for the tram. I think that's going to be really helpful. But let's go ahead and mark that now, so we have it. Okay. That's nice. Okay. And then I think I don't want the entrance on this busy road. I think I want it here. So yeah, like so, like so. We've got room to bring in some more roads here, which we definitely will do. This should just be straight here. Actually, this might be a good little spot to have like a little back entrance there. So you can get to, that's a nice crosswalk there. I think that will work out well. Okay. Lovely. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. This is going to be really nice. I like having the apartments around the lake. I think that's very nice. And then we definitely have some room back here for additional. Yeah, and we can use move it for that as well. Yeah, I think that's gonna work out really nicely. And actually, I think we can, yeah. Okay, cool. I like this. Okay, so what apartment style should we do? We could do like the Art Deco. We could pick out some more vanilla ones. Yeah, the emerging downtown is those buildings with the green. Yeah, I do like, the thing I love about the emerging downtown is it always, thing with green cities that always bothered me is there was never a gap in between the super tall apartment buildings and then the green cities commercial was all this like, you know, the farmers market and like super low density. I mean, at the grocery stores and such, which was great, but like the emerging downtown on level 3 of the emerging downtown is like the gap in between the two that the game really needed. So I really like that. So what do you guys think? What style of apartment should we pop in here? I think we definitely have room for 4x4s, yeah, in here. Yeah, we do. We have some room for some 4x4s. So, we just did the Art Deco neighborhood in our pedestrian area, though. So maybe we don't do Art Deco. Now, we could do like some old style European. That's an option. We could do some big chunky housing. But there are some like nice vanilla pieces that are available. And we do have a lot of emerging downtown in the area, so we could also just do emerging downtown as well. I don't know, what do you guys think? Old style would be nice. Yeah, like doing like a European, like apartment complex thing. We definitely could. Especially with like the lake, we could kind of give it a vibe. And these are nice because they have the that you could pull in under here with the parking in the back. So that's kind of nice. You know, like your car, you pull in your this way and you park back here. Then there are, and this is nice, it has little, so there's those. So we definitely could do that. Like a nice little vibe around the park. We could definitely do that. It's not a bad suggestion, Random. Not a bad suggestion at all. There's also so if we go into all, so there are, like, this is kind of a an interesting style as well. And then there are like these. So there are some options here. Don't know if those would work out well. These I like too. These ones. Yeah, it's the missing middle that the emerging downtown has for sure. For sure. This one have a different, yeah, slightly different. This one makes more sense because there's not garbage in the back. I'm not a fan of that one though in the front. Not a fan. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should we do like a European vibe around the lake? It's strange seeing in some cities just how close single family homes are to proper skyscrapers. Totally, totally, totally. Yeah, completely. But yeah, we could definitely do the block houses around the lake. What do you guys think? European? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, let's make it work. I think so. Should we stick with one style or do we like the mix of these two? I kind of like the mix of these two together. If we did these here, and these along the side, I think that would work. Center this up, bring them back. That's very nice actually. And I could do some additional parking along the sides here potentially. That's too tight of a fit. Maybe not. Maybe not, but that's okay. We can do some nice landscaping. Can also just give these a bit of room in between them. And then do some nice little trees along the side. Could be nice. Yeah, we could pick a nice tree for the side there. I think they'll look nice around the park, you know? It's a nice like vibe from here. So yeah, I think we roll with it. I think we roll with it. Okay, so let's grab like that, and then we do these there, so we're flanking the side like we have there, and I like these moved back from the street a little bit. Do some nice trees there. I think this will work. Look nice. It has like a uniform feel, which is good, you know. So I think that works out really well. Yeah. Okay, let's mark these historical. We do have a big housing need. This will definitely help us out with that. Okay. There should be parking along the back side of this, so I'm thinking this isn't a crazy busy road here, so I think we go ahead and put some parking back here. I think that's gonna work out really nicely. And let's give a little space in between. Yeah, I think that's gonna work out. Let's actually do our little red brick there. That's gonna look nice. Then we can come in with our surface painter. We'll clean this all up. But yeah, it makes sense to me that there is parking behind these apartment buildings there. So I think that makes sense for those. These, they have their own parking, that's fine. That's nice. Okay, and then we have an opportunity to bring in a few things in these little spots instead of more apartments. Again, like here, we have the little park and the coffee shop. We have a huge lake park here, but we could bring in a few amenity type buildings into this area. So let's see here. What would we want to bring in? So there are commercial buildings, you know, that have this look to them. So that's something we could do. Kind of like complete the area. Don't know if we want to do that though. We want it to look like it fits there though, you know, that's the thing, is a lot of this stuff is gonna look a little bit out of place around this European stuff. Not all of it though. That's something to think about. Also, this could just all be apartment buildings because you see that all over the place, you know, these big, large apartment complexes. So, and we do have the park, and the park has a little, you know, little eatery thing there. So yeah, maybe we just lean all the way in. And do we have some... There are some 3x2s. Oh, and that's a... We could do this as a corner piece there. That looks cute. These ones too, they look like they have little shops on the bottom as well. So maybe we just lean into that. This one has a little bit more, yeah, decoration on it. I kind of like this one. Yeah, so these are nice apartment buildings, and you could see maybe there's some little shops down there. So I think we just lean into that. And it's they're also a little bit shorter, which I like. Yeah, I think that works. Let's mark these historical. Yeah, I think the European, I think it depends. It depends. Like, I like using them if I'm gonna theme them out. One of the things I really like doing when I'm doing the commercial buildings with this bigger style is I'll use tiles and design the front and give it a really nice look. But I think for this, like, we're leaning into this is a thing, you know? And once we put some nice trees around it, I think it'll work out well. I think we can ditch this road here. That's not necessary. And I think we can shorten this one here. Okay. Yeah, I think that works. I think we just need some nice big trees, really fill in the trees around it. And I think that'll look, I think it'll look really nice. We could stash a little extra parking. If we move this over, we probably could get a little bit of parking to fit back here with some move it. Oh, we don't even need move it. Ooh, can I put a little extra there as well? Okay, there we go. That's nice. A little bit of extra parking. I think that's good. Yeah, I think if we just use the trees that are the oak trees that are in here and kind of just heavily fill this out, which is not something I often do, but I think in this circumstance, it's going to end up looking nice. Normally I do not do that, but I think for this, it's going to make sense. I love people are already using this walking path here. So the other thing we can do here is we've got this little path here. I think we kind of lean into this here. And that way there's another another way out, like a little back entrance here where you can get to this crosswalk here, which I think is nice, especially as we build out over here. I think it's going to be really helpful. Okay, let's just give it too many trees. Like I said, I normally don't do this, but I think for this, that's what's gonna look good. Just to kind of have this kind of encapsulated. Lots of big trees. Okay, and then let's go into here and grab this one here. Such a great one. Yeah, this is looking better already. Very, very nice. Okay, let's just do a couple of these smaller ones here, there. And yeah, let's put in a few of these. Okay. Oh yeah, that's really nice. I really like that. And again, I mean, what a great little spot to live. You're around a lake. That's pretty awesome, you know? And you can walk right out to the tram, which is pretty fantastic. Okay. Hello, Patrick. Welcome on in. That is a lot of grapes. That is a lot of grapes. I'm glad you guys like this European vibe. Thanks to Random for the suggestion. I think this turned out looking really nice. Here's a fun fact about grapes, since you guys know I know random facts about food. People think about grapes, they forget that grapes are like an amazing source of CoQ10, which is a really cool antioxidant. Does a lot of things for us. So eat your grapes. They're great for you. And no, wine isn't the same. Yeah, I think this is like a nice apartment complex. It's just kind of doing its own little thing out there, you know? I think that's nice. Okay, we have this area in here. We still have residential demand. My goodness. So, I think we just put some more roads in here, and I think maybe this is where we extend the Rose District into here and just let it be the emerging downtown that comes through here. I think that would be a good little call here. So I'd like to do something here, detail wise, which would be nice. And maybe we do continue this here, but then we yeah, do some landscaping or whatnot. I think that'd be nice. Okay, let's get in some roads. Let's actually use our roads with the wide sidewalk. I like that idea. We come from here. Can we do a nice little curvy curve? We can. Ooh, I like that. That's very nice. Okay. That's a nice little neighborhood area. Yeah, I feel like we could do something cool with some nice detailing in here. A nice little landscape green space around the tram stop. So we've got all this commercial right here. We do have demand for commercial though, so maybe we could do a little cute thing in there as well. Yeah, I think this works. Yeah, okay, so then what we can do here is just let this continue to be the emerging downtown, and we'll just see what we get. So while that first section is filling in, let's go ahead and do some detailing. I think this should be a pedestrian road right here, actually. Yeah, that's nice. And then let's grab same tree there. Yeah, that looks nice. And then this has the bike, you know, it's continuing the bike as well, which is good. Okay, so we've got our little tram stop here. The other thing I want to make sure that we do is make sure we've got a nice little path there to get onto the tram. Yeah, this is going to end up looking really nice. Okay. Yeah, that would be like a cool thing to do. There is, so we do have, remember in our first town that we did in Cider River, we do have that brewery that I got off the workshop. We've used it a couple times. But yeah, but I've seen people do vineyards using in City Skylines One. It's basically like a big detailing job. We definitely could. But I'm obsessed with the vineyard in Town to City. Is so cute. Yeah, that's true, Patrick. That's what's so great about City Skylines is it can be, you can pretty much do anything, which is pretty exciting. Okay, I think here, this is so this area right here is all commercial, which is great. We've got our post office and stuff there. I think what we could do is just do a little cute, we could do a cute little, like a farmer's market, some little green city, I think would actually be really nice in this area. The other thing we could do, we also could do like a little kind of nightlife area. So that's another possibility as well. That's all filling in really nicely. Great. Okay. Let's move on to our next little section there. Just kind of let things be what they're gonna be. That's how I see it on this one. Okay. Yeah, let's take a look here. If we had, let's see. Yeah, we could do a couple little things. A little bowling alley as well. Yeah, we could make a little, let's make a little entertainment area. Let's do it. We don't really have anything over here for that. Let's go ahead and pavement this all in. This will all blend once we have our buildings on the other side, so I'm not going to worry about it because it will all blend out together. Okay, so let's do I'm going to pause this for a second. Let's do a bowling alley. Do a little pub there. Okay, and then we can do the comedy club. It could be really fun. I don't know if I want the big nightclub. Oh, the karaoke bar for sure. Oh, let me fix my music. Sorry, everybody. Okay. And then I think what we can do is grab some other little things as well. Well, this is kind of a smaller, I don't think we want that though. Okay, I think I want to do this a little differently, but I like this idea of a nightlife area, but I'm going to change this up because we can make this look a lot better. I think what I want to do here is grab a little bit of our pedestrian area, and then what we can do is kick out the beach bar. We don't need that. So let's make a little miniature nightlife street on our pedestrian road. We can really make this look nice. So that way we've got our bowling alley, our comedy club, our karaoke bar, and our pub. It's like a little mini nightlife street. And then we should put a little restaurant in here, which we do have. Yeah, like this diner vibe. Late night eats. It's always a good call. Yeah. This is gonna be much better. And the other thing we can put here is grab. Yep, grab our little ATM. Gotta be able to pull out a little spot to grab some money if needed. And then, if you guys haven't guessed it, we could do cool little plaza food truck situation, which I think will be really nice. Yeah, I think this will look good. I'm gonna change this up a little bit. Those can all be there like that. So this is just a tram road. So there's no zoning on it. I'm thinking I should make this a pedestrian tram road here. I'm gonna need to move this little guy and this little guy for a second. I think this is gonna end up looking really nice. Just changing things up. Tram tracks. Oh yeah, this is gonna be much better. Clean this all up. Lovely. And we definitely have room here. Can move this down. Okay, lovely. Did I mark all these historical? Yes, I did. Okay, hey. Now we're talking. This is nice. It's like a little miniature nightlife street next to all these residents, which I think is great. And then what we can do is add in some more restaurants and things. I think this is going to be really good. Okay, so let's see. We have, let's actually see. Curious. Yeah, so these ones I really like. So the corner, these little cute little tap houses I think are perfect for this area as well. Yeah, that's gonna be great. Yeah. This needs to scooch up a teeny bit more. Just a smidge. Okay, good. All right, and then, well, this is coming together well. Okay. Ooh, the Catfish Cafe. That's a good one to have too. Always a fan favorite. Another little place to eat. Okay, and then, oh yeah, there's these little guys, which are pretty cute. Don't know if that's really what I want there. I feel like we could do a food truck situation here. I feel like that would work out well. Let's slow this down for a minute. We don't need that going so fast. Detailing, you say? Yes. It is. It is a job for me. You know, love that. Yeah, we're gonna make this a little food truck park out back here. Another place you can grab some little late night eats. This is good because we really didn't have anything like this in the area. So I think this is really helpful. Good for the community to have a little spot like this. Yes. And then I think, yeah. Perfect. Thank you, Larry. The original Frank's fish sticks. Gotta love that. This looks a little messy. It's a little packed in, but like that's what you'd see in an area like this, you know? Lots of stuff happening. Lots of stuff going on. Okay, and then, yeah, we just need one other thing. Well, I guess we could bring back the beach bar then. Pack it in there, why not? Okay. So yeah, you've got a nice collection of bars and entertainment. I really don't want you there. So that's nice. And then what I think we should do is, on this outside here, is do some of the a little bit of shopping and such. I think would be good. It's a little something something. All right, let me catch up with the chat. More pavement. I have heard, yeah, I think I've watched their stuff. Yes. Everything by hand, yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot to do. Really impressive. Like, I've said this before, but like, the thing I really like about City Skylines, like, there's the way I play, which is like very light, and I'm always just like, you know, I think about the people that live there and what they need close by. I'm always like, how do I add more park space? How do I make it more walkable? What do I need to do? But then there are some people that do like the 1-for-1, or they use, you know, what do you call it? Where they like manipulate the buildings. It's just like the game looks totally different depending on the player or the style of player, and it can look like a completely different game, like not even close in any capacity, which I think is just so great. I really love that. Let's put back in our little crosswalk here. That's going to be really important. Yeah, I like this little fun little nightlife area. It's very, very handy. Okay, let's look at some nice like some little shopping maybe. Yeah, should we do some of these? Like make a little... Might get some daytime usage out of this area as well. If we do a little shopping here and there. Fix the lighting so we can see what we're doing. Why am I trying to work in the dark? I don't know. Oh yeah, we could stick a little liquor store in here as well. Yeah, let's make this a really cute little street, which I think we can do. A little bit of Move It and some nice selections, and make this a very nice area for some shopping and whatnot. I think actually let's put this one here. Just need to extend this out a little bit. Yeah, making a really nice street here. It's gonna be good. Oh yeah, Few Candy. She's amazing. She does like a lot of micro detailing. Absolutely fantastic. It's really impressive. I feel like we maybe could we fit one of the cafes here maybe in this little spot? Oh, we totally can. I love this cafe. So sharp looking. Yeah, let's put it alongside our path here. Oh, that looks really sharp. I like that. Okay. Almost like some brunch places here. And we could do a little art piece here. Yeah, that's nice. So we've got a little shopping, a little brunch situation going on here, which is really nice. Okay. This is really coming together very nicely. Okay, let's mark these historical and then I can unpause here. And we can put a little bit of parking back here, which I think will be really nice. Did I mark all of these historical? Yes, I did. Okay, all right, let's unpause here. And we can fill in some more housing here, which is nice. Is that part of the street? Oh, that is part of the street. Okay, I was like, what is that? It's part of the street. Okay, let's just grab. Oh, I think we're gonna need to use the small. Yeah, we're gonna need to grab some small parking actually, which is fine. That totally works. A little bit of parking. The back of these buildings, that's great. Hi, Anna. I know. You're like, Mom, it's almost time. How do you always know what I've been streaming for almost 2 hours? Hi, yes. Hello, hello. She knows. You know. Too funny. Hold on, Anna. If I give you a treat, will that tie you over a little bit more, you think? Maybe? Maybe? You're so funny, dog. Okay, let's grab trees just to help blend this in a little bit. Okay, this is great. This is really nice, really nice. Okay. Yeah, this is good. We're making a nice little area for this community here. So that makes me really happy. All right, let me get Anna a treat and let's see if we can't finish up this side. Okay, let's get you a treat. Let us see if that works for you now in time. Okay, all right. So we've got our liquor store. We have some little shopping. We have some brunch places here, which is really cute. I actually think we should do like a little additional art piece there. Be fun. Okay, so this area is gonna need, I mean, here's the thing, this area does need like a little grocery store, so maybe we stick that in. We need to add some parking as well. Some room back from the street here. Lovely. And then do some nice trees on this side. Okay, I like that. And then should we do, there's some park areas over here, but that's a little far. So I wonder, we do have a good opportunity over here for some park near the railroad, so I think I was saying we could make this a park, but I don't think that's the right move. So that's fine. Okay, well, let's figure out some more commercial. Are you gonna put in a metro here? No, not right here, because we already have, we have our metro down here, and we have the tram that services this area. There is a metro here, so I was thinking like potentially somewhere in the middle we might have a metro here. Potentially, maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But yeah, this, we already have the tram servicing this, so I think we just stick with that for this little area. Anna is very excited. Yeah, if you say the T word, you do. You do. You definitely do. All right. Well, let's pop in here. We can still fit in a few buildings here for sure. What do we have? We do have a burger joint. That can be good. Except that has parking on it. Not want anything with parking. Oh, we do have the bakery. Oh, there's this. Oh, I love this bakery. Let's put this bakery in. The Art Deco one. That's really fun. And let's grab little plaza. Little bakery. That's the wonderful thing about, like, even though the community kind of got not in a great spot after, see, we should put in a gas station over here though. The community got like in not such a great spot after the kerfuffle of City Skylines 2. But I will say, even today still, we're just spoiled for choice when it comes to city builders to watch, you know? Like, a lot of people did fall off, but also there is still so many people playing the game. And then new people came along and picked up the game because of City Skylines 2, so that's great as well. And yeah, so it's still a awesome community with just so many unique builders. And oh, we have the butcher shop that has parking, but that has the street connection there, so that's actually really good. Let's put this, it's actually yeah, especially since we have the grocery store here, to also have the little butcher shop here. I feel like that's good. That's good to have, even though that has some unsightly garbage. But you know what we can do? We can do some little trees there. That helps that a little bit, I think. Okay. And then do we have something that's like a 2x4 situation? Oh, we do have. Oh, there is the hotel. That is a fun little spot for a little hotel, especially with like the nightlife situation. Why not? Why not? Okay. I feel like this works really well. And then is there anything else we want? Oh yeah, we could put in a little smoothie place. That's nice to have too. I think that works. That works. Okay, this is like a really nice little collection situation for this area. Yeah, this is really nice. So we've created a nice little nightlife spot, but additionally, there's some great daytime uses here too, which I think is really important to have both. I love unsightly garbage. You guys are too fun. Yep. I mean, Cider River is always going to get an airport, but I definitely think all of you consistently following up on that was very good. And we were able to catch Pilot in a good time, which is wonderful. So we got our lovely airport. Okay, let's catch a tram ride. Let's speed this up. Might also need to increase the amount of trams that we have on this now that we've kind of built out that area a bit. Okay. let's hop on this tram ride. Love some first-person views. It's really such the perfect way to see how things feel. Yeah, I like having the basketball courts there. That's really nice. That's right outside of the high school. And then we're going to pull into our emerging downtown area where we've got the residential buildings on one side and then we've got the commercial on the other. It's a really nice street. And then here we are, we're coming into a little area we just built today. Oh yeah, this looks really nice. The bakery with that hotel, that's a good pick. Yeah, we've created a really nice little area here. Some nice little shopping. No, it never gets old. That's the thing. Like, I know a lot of people have really said, nope, I'll just be playing City Skylines 2, and they're doing amazing stuff with that game. And I think, you know, knock on wood, it can only get better. But then there are some of us that are still very much obsessed with the OG City Skylines. And no, I don't think it ever gets boring. Ever. Never ever. Shake it, the Shake Shack. Oh, I like this little area too, our little restaurant area. And the little miniature farmers market here. This is really nice. Yes, exactly, exactly. That's the thing, like, one of the other reasons I love City Skylines is because I can build a world that I would want to live in, i.e. trains I'd want to ride or parks I'd want to go to, and it's just so fun. Well, that's kind of a tight quarter I made there. Oops. That's all right. That's all right. This plaza turned out really nice too. All the container ship little shops and things. And our park. Yeah, this turned out really nice too. Then we got our skate park. Yeah, this whole area turned out great. Really, Anna? Okay. Yeah. She's so funny. You are so welcome, Blue. You are so welcome. Thanks everyone for being here. Okay, as we wrap things up here, just as a reminder, new schedules. I'm now going to be streaming 3 times a week. So at the same time, so it'll be Tuesdays, Saturdays, Sundays. Tuesdays for the time being will be in the 52 Parks project. We've got parks to build, so that's going to be park building. And then Saturdays will be town to city, and then Sundays will be the build we're in now, Cider River. So yeah, so that's going to be the new schedule. And then coming up on December 1st is my next streamcation. I'll have 2 weeks where I'll be streaming every day. which is going to be really fun. So I'm very excited for that. But yeah. Well, we got a good amount accomplished today. I appreciate everyone's feedback and ideas. And yeah, we got a really solid start to this area. I'm excited to get back in here next Sunday and fill this out more. But yeah, appreciate all of you so much. Thank you all for coming and spending your time here with me. And yeah, I hope you all have a joyful day, and I'll catch you next time.